YouTube says it has had enough of vaccine misinformation on its site.
And false stories from phony sites to run circles around major news outlets.
Many people don't know the difference between something real and something created to deceive them.
Open your eyes.
If you've ever had this feeling that something was terribly wrong with the world that we live in, but you couldn't figure out just what it was, then you've come to the right place. Secret societies, mystery religions, and the Illuminati have been controlling our reality since the beginning of time. But not anymore, because there is an awakening happening, and you are about to become a part of it. Wake up, because this is a call for an uprising.
This is a call for an uprising. Welcome to today's show. We obviously know they reveal a lot of truth in movies, in fiction, and of course, the news itself, which is viewed as being the truth of what's happening in the world, is actually scripted and simulated. And it shouldn't surprise anybody that we're getting closer to this UFO disclosure, which, of course, has been predictive programming for decades. All of these alien movies that have come out, all of this talk about aliens has convinced people that aliens actually exist. And what they're trying to do is prepare people for the disclosure of aliens actually existing, but they're interdimensional beings, which are demons. They don't want society to understand or get that because, of course, that would cause a spiritual uprising. That would lead people to God, to realize that the Bible is actually real. So they've disclosed this in a way that benefits them by telling everybody that aliens are flying around on flying saucers and UFOs, which again, there's people have seen these things out in public. They've seen things that they just, perceive as UFOs, which are really just government flying objects. That's what they really should call it, government flying objects. And Steven Spielberg is one of the most notorious people for revealing predictive programming, obviously, over the years. And he has a new trailer for a new sci-fi film that is called Disclosure Day. And of course, Steven Spielberg, as we've seen in many images, we know a member of the Synagogue of Satan, as they all are. We see him here doing the all-seeing eye, holding the hand up over his eye. But of course, we're supposed to believe this is just a subtle way of him pretending he's got his eye on the camera lens, right? As if Steven Spielberg isn't one of them. Well, here's the poster for Disclosure Day before I show you the trailer. And again, you see that repetition with the all-seeing eye symbolism, don't you? The all-seeing eye that's on the back of the dollar bill, the all-seeing eye that we see all these celebrities always pose, holding a hand up over their eye, right? The forbidden knowledge, of course. And this is part of it. This is part of what they're going to reveal, is that there's interdimensional beings. They're just not going to tell you that they're actually demonic beings. But if you see this trailer, which I'm going to play for you in a minute from Disclosure Day, as you can see, again, the repetitiveness of all the movie posters for Disclosure Day showing you the all-seeing eye symbol on multiple posters that have been released for the movie, just using all-seeing eye symbols. And we're supposed to believe this is artistic and creative. We see this all the time with movie posters where they show you, right in your face the all-seeing eye symbols. And we've seen it with Star Wars. We've seen it with so many that I've covered over the years. And remember, before you watch this trailer, that Aleister Crowley, the man that they worship, whose teachings talk about black magic, blood sacrifice, and needing children for the purest form of magic, the blood of children, he summoned a demon called Lam, an entity, which of course depicts what a gray alien looks like. That's where the image of the gray alien comes from, that they're trying to normalize. Nobody goes, where did they come up with this image of what an alien is supposed to look like? If they've, they caught one and then they're releasing imagery of it to you. Lam is clearly the image of a gray alien, and today they call them angels and demons. Tomorrow they will call them something else, is the quote from Aleister Crowley. And what they call them today is aliens, but these are really actually demons. And keep in mind when you watch this trailer, a lot of the stuff they've been normalizing over the last couple of years with a lot of these Marvel type of comic book movies is multiverses, parallel universes, dimensions, dimension hopping, portal hopping, okay? This is demonic possession that you're going to see in this trailer that they're really trying to tell you is about aliens, but the reality of the matter is they're revealing to you that while they're telling you it's aliens, it's demon possession, and that what's happening here and what we're going to see happen, even with demonic possession and artificial intelligence and the things that are coming with technology and frequencies, is that all the propaganda you've heard over the years about aliens living in outer space is really about interdimensional beings, because this is spiritual warfare. And Steven Spielberg, who is notorious for predictive programming, tells you this in this trailer.
If you found out we weren't alone, if someone showed you, proved it to you, would that frighten you?
Good morning, Kansas City. Let's take a look at today. Today is... Today's...
People have a right to know the truth. It belongs to 7 billion people.
What is it?
You wouldn't believe me if I told you. So I'm gonna show you.
What are you gonna do?
Full disclosure to the whole world. All at once.
People keep wondering. Encountering the unknown.
They're coming! They're coming!
They are starved for the truth.
Do you think there could be others?
Why would he make such a vast universe? Yet save it only for us?
So you could see all the undertones and the themes of religion in a sense, right? Specifically, obviously, Jesus Christ. We see the cross right in the beginning. We see a crucifix in somebody's hand at the very beginning of the trailer, which is telling you this is spiritual warfare. When do we ever see this depicted in alien movies where it's about, we see nuns and we see crucifixes, and they suddenly, instead of the alien showing up as a gray, we're seeing people demonically possessed, because that's what you saw with the newscaster, right? You even heard the phrase from the nun at the end of the trailer. Why would he make such a vast universe referencing God, yet save it only for us? This is referencing what is to come. We know of the fallen angels, that God cast the fallen angels down onto earth. Most of you have seen some of the videos that I've done about the Watchers and the Nephilim. I think that what we're going to start seeing is them turning a lot of this propaganda that they've conditioned people with about aliens over the years into being flying in space and UFOs, and over from going planet to planet. Now there's life on other planets, to interdimensional beings. And of course, you even saw a guy with a contraption to his head, right? Reading his thoughts, reading his mind. We're talking about telepathy, telekinesis, these other things that we're seeing normalized with stuff like the Neuralink, right? People being able to communicate through their thoughts with machines, right? And what is this eventually leading to, right? This is leading to the normalization of man and machine. You saw, as they were talking in the trailer, 2 hands touching one another, right? 2 hands, one of these beings holding hands with a normal human being, right? And again, what's going on in the world right now? We're seeing experiments with the merger of man and machine all around us, whether it's Neuralink or the technology being used in China and other countries where they're trying to mix man and machine as one. We're talking about technology and frequencies. You may have noticed a common theme that we're seeing with repetition, the deer coming up to the house, right? The deer coming up to the house, as if it's something's communicating with the animals on a level that the humans can't hear. This is extremely common in predictive programming as well, which tells us that this is happening through frequency use. The deer are coming up to the house, they're drawn to the home because they're hearing something, but the humans can't hear it. Where did we see this before? We just saw it in Leave the World Behind, right? A movie about frequencies, shutting off the entire electrical grid, everything going off, things go, boats crashing onto onto the sand and airplanes falling out of the sky, right? And in that film, we saw the same thing. These elks, these deer being drawn towards certain individuals. We saw it in movies like M. Night Shyamalan, whose daughter just made the film about the Watchers, which I covered. The video is available on the website. We saw in his film, The Happening, where people were dropping dead and all these suicidal thoughts were happening to people through silence, but it was really through frequencies. So this trailer depicts a lot. I mean, people are going to see this and they're going to say, well, it looks interesting. I want to see the movie. But if you pay attention, you can see the themes tied in, right? You see the crucifix and the nun. They're depicting a spiritual battle and the revealing of what the people have been waiting for. The people have been waiting for the truth, right? And then all they've been doing is trying to normalize aliens and acceptance of aliens in these movies where aliens become your friends. It's because what they're trying to normalize is man and these demonic entities that they're trying to summon over from behind the veil, living in unity at the same time, of course, as man and machine are being merged as one. And people like Elon Musk are telling us that artificial intelligence is really summoning the demon. This entire trailer, which plays as a UFO type of theme, really, if you watch this with the volume off, you would think that this was about demonic possession. Yeah, people's eyeballs changing colors, right? Turning into non-human entities. The woman speaking, the news reporter suddenly speaking in a different language, right? Through possession, through demonic possession. So that's just the 2-minute trailer that came out for Steven Spielberg's latest predictive programming film, The Normalization, again, of demonic entities really being aliens, but they'll still call them aliens in this day and age because people don't want to believe that we're in a spiritual war, but we are. I thank everybody for being here. I hope you're all doing well. God bless you and your families as always.